we want to talk about the product rule. The product rule. Product simply means multiplication. Now, if a function is given as f of x is equal to 2x plus 1 multiplying 3x minus 2, then f of x can be said to be a multiplication of two different functions. In this case, 2x plus 1 is a function on its own, and 3x minus 2 is also a function on its own. We can say that 2x plus 1 is a certain function u of x, and then 3x minus 2 is a certain function v of x. In that case, f of x becomes u of x multiplying v of x. For simplicity's sake, we can write f of x as just uv. Now, we say that u and v multiplying forms the function f of x. Now, how do we differentiate the function f of x? If f of x is given as a product of two functions u and v, then f prime of x, which is the differential of f of x, is given as u prime times v plus v prime times u, where u prime and v prime are representing the differentials of the function u and v. So this is just a formula, and this formula is called the product rule. Let's look at the example above. We were given that f of x is equal to 2x plus 1 multiplying 3x minus 2. Now, in this case, our u is equal to 2x plus 1, and then our v is equal to 3x minus 2. In the formula, we have u prime, which is the differential of u. We have v prime, which is the differential of v. So we are going to need them. So we have to find u prime. So u prime from u will give us just 2. Now, v prime is going to be just 3. That is, if you differentiate 3x minus 2, it's going to give you 3. Remember, if you differentiate 3x, it is 3. And if you differentiate a constant, which is negative 2, the result is still 0. And that will give us 3. Now, it means the function f of x differentiated is going to be equal to, now we use the formula, 2 multiplied by, the 2 is the u prime, multiplied by v. Our v is 3x minus 2, so we have 3x minus 2, plus our v prime is 3, multiplied by u. Our u is 2x plus 1. Now, after this, you need to simplify. So that's going to give us 6x minus 4 plus 6x plus 3. So we can simplify ahead. 6x plus 6x will give us 12x, and then this and that will give us negative 1. Please note that it is very wrong to have f of x equal to 2x plus 1 multiplying 3x minus 2, and you differentiate just this one and say the result is 2, I mean the one in the first bracket, and you differentiate this one and say the result is 3, and then you multiply them and say the result is 6. Please, this is absolutely wrong, and you should take note of that. This is not right. So if you have two functions multiplying themselves, then you have to go by the product rule. Let's take our second example. We have f of x is equal to 3x squared minus 2x multiplying 6x plus 5. Here, this is going to be our u, this is going to be our v. Now, the product rule of differentiation is very simple. It is u prime multiplied by v plus v prime multiplied by u. Now, with this, we are just going to differentiate the v, put it down. So if you differentiate v, it is going to be 6x minus 2. So we have 6x minus 2. That is, if you differentiate this one, which is u, then you multiply by v, that will give us 6x plus 5. Then plus, we then differentiate v, which is v prime. If you differentiate this one, you're going to get 6. If you differentiate v, you're going which is 6x plus 5, we're going to get 6. Then we multiply by u, which is 3x squared minus 2x. Now we need to simplify. We cannot leave our answer like this, so we have to simplify this one, this, and that will give us 6x squared minus 12x, and then plus 30x, then minus 10. Then we also expand this one, that will give us 18x squared minus 12x. So 6x squared plus 18x squared, that will give us 24x squared, and then this and that will make, negative 12x plus 30x is going to give us positive 18x. Then when we subtract 12x from that, that will give us plus 6x. And then we deal with the constants, which is only 10, so we have minus 10, and this is the differential. So it means f prime of x is simply this. Easy, right? Let's take our third example. Given y is equal to square root of x multiplying x plus 1, we are to find dy dx. So our solution, we know that dy dx is simply u differentiated times v plus v differentiated times u. Now if we are having y is equal to the square root of x multiplying x plus 1, then obviously our u is going to be root x, so we have this to be u, and our v is going to be x plus 1. Now you can see that u is not written in the form ax squared. So I mean this way, it's not written in this way, that ax raised to the power n. That will make the differential easy for us, so we have to rewrite it in that way. So it means our y is going to be x raised to the power half. Remember, square root of x means x raised to the power half multiplying x plus 1. Then we can now use the differentiation formula, that is the product rule, to find our differential. Now dy dx, we need to differentiate our u first. If you differentiate x raised to the power half, that will be 1 over 2 multiplying x raised to the power negative half. Remember, we multiply by the exponent, we subtract 1. Half minus 1 is going to give us negative half. Then after our differentiation of u, which is u prime, we multiply by v, and v is x plus 1, so we have x plus 1. Plus, we then go to the second part of the formula, which is v prime. So we differentiate v. V is x plus 1. If you differentiate x plus 1, the result is 1. Then we multiply by u. U is x raised to the power half, so we have x raised to the power half. Then we can simplify this one, cannot leave our answer this way, so we have to simplify this one. If you simplify this, 1 over 2 multiplying 1 over x raised to the power half, and then also multiplying x plus 1, plus everything is going to be x raised to the power half. Then we go ahead to simplify again. That will give us 1 over 2 times square root of x, which is multiplying x plus 1, and then square root of x. So I think we can go ahead and rewrite this in a better way, which is x plus 1 raised to the power, or divided by 2 times square root of x plus square root of x. So this is our final differential. So this is our third example. From here, I'm going to give you some questions, so try these questions on the product rule.